Hi and welcome to a new video. In this video I want to do a quick unboxing of the Rapture GT-AXE16000. So you might have seen in my community posts I put up, Asus were kind enough to send me this router and the Zen Wi-Fi XT9 mesh system, so I can do my reviews and testings, and then also the series that I normally do on each router, basically to go through the setup, any problems I come across, troubleshooting, through the advanced settings, and then anything that you need to modify and everything else. From resetting it if we need to back to factory, and also if it supports like the third party Merlin firmware and the different ways you can use them. Like this one is the standalone one, but the Zen Wi-Fi XT9 is a mesh system, so that's Wi-Fi 6, and this is the Wi-Fi 6E. Okay, so just to be transparent with you, so that Asus did send these to me, because to be honest I wouldn't be able to afford and do these videos with these latest ones if they didn't send it to me for review. So I do appreciate they do send it to me, but no one reviews the videos or pays me anything to do them. It's just kind enough so I can run through here and do the video series like I normally do. I know I sometimes go quite in depth in the videos, and they go on for quite a long time, but I do appreciate them sending me these so I can give my truthful reviews and testings as well. Okay, so let's move on. So as I said, this is the Rapture GT-AXE16000. So this is the top of the line router out now out there. So this is the world's first quad band gaming router. So I think we did a video of this back when it was beginning of the year, around 2020, in the CES show. They presented this, and they released a video and everything else. So this has the latest Wi-Fi 6E, so it does include this 6 gigabit hertz band. So we'll just quickly go through the quick specs here and turn over the box, and then we can have a look. So as I said, that this is 1600 megabits per second speed. It is quad band, so that means it's got one 2.4 gigahertz band, two 5 gigahertz bands, and one 6 gigahertz band. You'll notice also this is being the top of the line. It has two 10 gig Ethernet ports, and then you have one 2.5 gigabit port as well. You do have four as well 1 gigabit Ethernet ports as well, but we'll come on to that later. It has a quad core 64-bit processor, so the processor is super quick, but then it's with these speeds it has to be quick, because you're running now 10 gigabits per second on the Ethernet, so it does require a lot more horsepower. And the CPU runs at 2 gigahertz. It has, of course, the AI protection that I've done in my previous video, and this is the pro version of it, so I'll link to that so you can go back and have a look. Of course, this being the Republic of Gamers from Asus, so like their brand, you've got the motherboards and you've got the phones and things like that. So this is gaming orientated, so it's got the game acceleration features, and also as a standard AI mesh where you can connect like this one, and I can then use my AX11000. I still think that's a brilliant router, and even to this day, even though it's been out several years, it's still being supported, still gets all the updates, and still handles the connected Wi-Fi devices brilliantly. So that's really still a good one. And of course it's got the RGB. You wouldn't be gaming without some RGB. As you can see here, this is like a glass panel. It's plastic, but and you can see there it's got the actual Asus Republic of Gamers as well logo here, and some actual details, so it looks quite good. So if we just flip it over, so you can see here. So again, here it just goes through the details about being quad band. So it shows you the speeds here. So we have the 1148 megabits per second. So then you have the on the 2.4, and then you have the 2.25 gigahertz band. So that's good to see. So we still a lot of devices nowadays are still 2.4, especially smart home devices, and then of course most are now 5. But of course I've got a tablet that is actually 6 gigahertz, so that's the Wi-Fi 6. And again, you'll notice the speed isn't higher than the 5, but because it's in the 6 gigahertz frequency, there's less interference and more bandwidth, so it can reach the higher speeds as you've seen in my previous videos when I'm doing some testing. Again, it's good to see that they've future-proofed this for flexibility, so you can see how they've adapted. So the 10 gig ports as well can be changed to WAN or LAN. So WAN is for your internet, LAN is for your connecting your internal devices to it. So it's good to see you can swap these around. And again, as we said, it's got the 1 gigabit ports as well for Ethernet. So you can see here all the different devices you can connect to this. Again, it's got the AI mesh built into it. So again, you can see here, because it does have the 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi 6E, you can use the backhaul. You can use the 5 gigahertz frequency dedicated for the backhaul, or you can use the 6 gigahertz. And again, you need the 2 Wi-Fi 6E routers to do that. So it's good to see that I can use my older, even though it's several years old, my Wi-Fi GT-AXE16000. I can use that and connect to this, and then spread the speed of the network across the house. So it's good to see that they incorporate that. As you've seen in my previous videos, the AI mesh does work really well when connecting these routers. Okay, so now we'll move on to actually opening the box. So now opening the box, we can see, and as we said, it is quite a hefty big. It's not small by any means. This I thought my GT-AXE11000 was a big router, but this one is actually, it weighs I think near enough 2.4 kg, so I think it weighs quite a lot. But again, like I said, it's got all the latest technology and everything else in it, so it does need a bit more air space inside that and everything else. So as you can see here, we've got the warranty notice. Again, it comes with 3 years warranty, so again, this is not cheap, but again, normally you only see from the other manufacturers they only have like a 2 year or 1 year, so it's good to see you got a 3 year warranty with this. You have your usual safety notices that they have to do by law, and then you've got a quick setup guide as well, so it's good to see that it's on several languages, and it gives you an idea around here the different ports and everything else. So now we'll move on to actually have a look at the ports on the actual router. One other good thing about the router actually comes with this advanced Wi-Fi helper tip as well. So I know in some of the other routers it comes with as well, but this one actually tells you about the making sure to update your drivers on your PC, because a lot of you, if you do have the Wi-Fi 6E, will be using Intel's, I think it was AX210 chipset. So again, it's just reminding you to update the drivers and everything else. So it's really good to see that they're reminding people, because I know there's previously been issues with computers actually connecting to Wi-Fi 6E or not seeing the 6 gigahertz frequency. So it's fantastic to see that they've actually taken that on board and actually including a leaflet in there to actually remind you about the drivers and where to download them and things. So that's good to see as well. It's just a little bits extras that they add. So as I said, this is quite a hefty, it's not light by any means, router. I'll put that to one side for a second, and we'll have a look inside. So we have the actual power cable. So my one, of course, is the for the UK. So I've got a UK plug and a European plug, and then we have the actual power adapter as well. So again, it's a nice small little brick that we've got here. So that's good to see that we've got that. And then also we've got the actual on here, the details and everything else around it. So I put it on screen because it's rather small, and then see the wattage and everything else. But it's good to see the power brick is so tiny on this as well. So that's good to see. It does have the Ethernet cable as well. So it has Ethernet cable here it comes with. It's a good, again, it's nice high quality Ethernet cable, not no cheap one. So you do have nice solid connections here, and also this is a step up now, so of course we're using 10 gigabit ports, so it's actually using Cat6 cable, so that's brilliant. So that's good to see, and then again it's got a good connection quality as well. For this kind of price and everything else, you'd expect good quality like this, so that's good to see they haven't cheaped out on that. Okay, so we'll just move on now to the actual looking at the router. So now I've got the router out of the box. So as you can see here, it is it does weigh a quite considerable amount. It is most definitely not light, so if I think of putting this on a shelf or anything like that, then I would make sure it's quite a strong shelf and everything else. But again, because this does include Wi-Fi 6E, I think the new standard, I think that they had to agree that they could not have removable aerials, so these aerials are fixed and you can't remove them like previous. So it does have a nice rubber feet on the bottom here, so it grips, and you've got a nice plastic vent here, so that gives some ventilation as well underneath, so that's good to see. So looking at the side here, with the first buttons we've got are the WPS and the LED lights. Again, it feels quality and not cheap and everything else, but like we said, for the price we'd expect it to be feeling of good quality, and it's definitely got the heft to it as well. Here you've got the white ports, so these are the 10 GB Ethernet ports, and then also here then we've got the, if I move out that way, you can see the blue one, so that's the 2.5 basically GB Ethernet port for your internet, and then again you've got the 1 GB, so you've got plenty of expansion here, future proofing it with even the 10 GB and the 2.5 if in many years time everyone has that fast internet. You've got the reset button here as well, so that's good to see that they've got actually a factory reset button actually there. They're moving around, we've got the USB 3.0 and the USB 2.0 and the power in, and then also a switch as well. Again, this does, like I said to you, does feel very solid. It's heavy. And then you've got ventilation here as well, of course. If you're running any 10 gigabit Ethernet switches or anything like that, or technology networking, you'll know that gets quite hot quite easily, so it has got a lot of ventilation here, so good to keep that going as well. So you can see here is again you've got more ventilation here, so to let the heat out, so that's excellent. And then you have the actual RGB lighting here. As I said, it's quite a hefty beast and quite thick, but with all that technology in here, this will be, I think, the new standard. So this is the one I've been sort of waiting for them to come out with, where again, like when the GT-AXE16000 came out, it was the top of the line and got everything sort of like, you know, it would basically could handle everything and last, and I think this is the same as this one here. You've got some nice detailing here about the Republic of Gaming, and then you've got the logo that lights up with the RGB as well. Okay, so that's just been a quick unboxing of this absolute beast of a router, and or router, however you say it. But again, we'll go through more videos of the setup, the ports, and everything else, and I will put it on the screen as well the more of the about the specs and everything else around the CPU and the RAM, and also the USB port speeds as well. Okay, thanks for watching and have a great day.